Ms. Garnett, let's go to you next, if possible. On July 10th, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, which is the office where you now work as special counsel, announced that it was bringing charges against Dr. Gall Luft, who claims that in 2019 he gave incriminating information about Hunter Biden to the Department of Justice. About this indictment, his indictment, Dr. Luft said, quote, "I volunteered to inform the U.S. government about a potential security breach and about compromising information about a man vying to be the next president, and I'm now being hunted by the very same people who I informed," close quote. Are those charges against Dr. Luft, are they retribution for his willingness to speak out about Biden family corruption?
No, Senator. Those charges were actually returned in the fall of last year. The indictment was returned in the fall of last year. Mr. Luft was arrested in, I believe, Cyprus, and he was bailed pending extradition, and he fled from his bail.
Would you agree that they could be perceived as retribution for blowing the whistle on Hunter Biden?
I suppose someone could make that accusation, Senator, but I don't believe it's accurate.
Do you think at least the timing of those charges, I mean, wasn't it on July 10th that the U.S. Attorney's Office announced that it was bringing those charges?
Actually, Senator, the charges were returned last fall. The indictment in the United States, I believe, was unsealed on July 10th. I had no involvement with that decision. The indictment was unsealed in the United States at that time because it was determined, if, as I understand it, that Mr. Luft had fled from his bail in Cyprus and was not likely to be rearrested.
They were returned then. When were the statements made to the government? The underlying statements, were they made in 2019?
I had no involvement with that, Senator, so I don't know the details.
Okay. Given the concerns you've expressed about whistleblowers in the past, aren't you concerned about this whistleblower and about the appearance or the perception that he might have been the victim of retribution here?
I understand that some folks have expressed that perception. I can tell you from my experience in the case last year that that is not accurate.